Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the February live stream. Give a shout if you are with us tonight. Give us a comment so that I can see who you are. Christy's on. Hey, Christy. Thank you for joining tonight. I am by my lonesome, clearly. Just me. Steve is teaching in DC tonight, and because he is not here, I can throw him under the bus and say that he started a new class tonight and didn't put it in our calendar. And so when we rescheduled the live stream, I scheduled it for a night that he was not available. So it's just me. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm not muted or anything. Oh, it's George Harrison's birthday today, Kathy says. Oh man, if I had known that, I would have planned something special. Well, we'll go ahead and get things underway as people hop on. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me on a warm Wednesday evening. So I didn't really have much of a theme for tonight. I'm going to save some of our annual yearly themes that we kicked off last month. I'm going to save those for a little bit later in the year. But I thought tonight, since I'm by myself, it might be a good opportunity to dig back into my catalog and do some of the songs that I never, ever play at our shows. And for no other reason that I just haven't played them in a long time and have largely forgotten how some of them go. But we're going to explore some of the back catalog today, and I'll do a couple covers too that were ones that I haven't done or don't do regularly. I'm going to start with one of my own. This is a song that I wrote called Stay. And this was on my second album that came out in 2007, so that will be turning 20 years old next year, so we'll make sure we do some sort of celebration for that. But this was a song that, towards the end of writing and recording that album, my producer at the time said, I think we need another upbeat song for the album. And so I was like, okay, great, I'm going to write one. And this is what I wrote. I'm every color of the rainbow when all you really want is shades of gray. And you're the calm that's at the center when I roll in just like a hurricane. Constant commotion. You know my heart is holding fast. I come and I go and say yes and say no, but you always forgive me. I'm up and I'm down, I'm inside, I'm around, and you're right there with me. So stay. Please stay. Just stay. I run 1,000 miles an hour. I can't imagine ever standing still. But if you promise you'll be waiting at the finish line, for you confusion. You know my heart is holding fast. I come and I go and say yes and say no, but you always forgive me. I'm up and I'm down, I'm inside, I'm around, and you're right there with me. So stay. Stay. but you always forgive me. I'm up and I'm down, I'm inside, I'm around, and you're right there with me. Stay, please stay. Just nothing worth it's ever easy. Giving up is not your style. For as long as you believe me, I can make it worth your while. So that was a song called Stay, and it is not new. You just don't ever hear me play it because I don't ever play that one out, but it was on my 2007 album called Leave the Light On. Thank you all for being on tonight and hanging out. It's just me, for those of you who have joined since we started. I told the story at the top. Steve is teaching in D.C. tonight, and we had a little scheduling mix-up, and he didn't put it in our calendar. So I didn't know. So when I rescheduled this, I put it right at a time that he was unavailable. So it's just me. So I get to spend my night with all of you, and I get to play all of the tunes that I want to play, which are we're calling this the forgotten catalog. I'm going to play a lot of my songs that are ones that I don't ever play. And as I was looking through the list, I realized it's funny that a lot of them are up-tempo. And I don't know why we don't play them more, because I need more up-tempo songs in my sets. And I'm sorry to everybody who has to listen to sets of downers, because I actually do have a lot of up-tempo songs. I just never play them. But happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy midweek. Happy snow is melting, at least here in D.C. And let's play another tune. I'm going to do, so this is a newer one. This was off of an album that I released in 2022. But for some reason, we don't do this one very often. This is called Lie With Me. And when I wrote this, I envisioned somebody like Chris Stapleton recording this one, until I found out that Chris writes all of his own stuff, and he doesn't really cover other people's songs. So I recorded it myself. And my recording is great, so who needs Chris Stapleton? This is called Lie With Me. Sunlight streaming in, fingers intertwine. You don't know where our bodies fit together for the very first time. Nowhere else to go. Nothing else really matters except you and me. Let's stay here forever, frozen in time. And lie with me a little longer, darling. have to go. The cracks beneath the surface, oh, begin to show. Oh, and silence grows louder. All the things that we don't say, the space in between us, it gets bigger every day. But let's keep pretending everything's fine. Won't you lie with me a little while longer, darling? Lie with me. Won't you lie? A little while longer, darling. With me. Usually there's a guitar solo here. But instead, I will tell you that the secret to this song is that I tried to make "lie with me" mean something slightly different in every lyric. So in the first one, you get lie as in lie down, and the second one, you get lie as in tell a lie. Now we're face to face. Oh, it's so easy to tell that you're thinking what I'm thinking. Oh, you know me so well. Oh, we both know it's over, so just stay the night. Won't you lie with me a little while longer, darling? Lie with me. Won't you lie? A little while longer, darling. Oh, lie with me. Lie with me. Little known fact about that song is that it was also the longest song that I have ever recorded, and it was actually longer when I wrote it. When I originally took it into the studio, there was an extra half of a verse at the very end that got left on the cutting room floor. Thank you for the applause. I love seeing all the virtual applause. Yeah, there was an extra half a verse that would have made that song like 7 minutes long. And a 7-minute song is not super radio friendly, so we axed it. But one of these days I'll dig up the lyrics and maybe I'll do an extended version of it if I can find them. Good to see all of you folks on my solo live stream this evening. I would say it's time for Steve's Cocktail Corner, but he's not here. So I, this evening, am drinking a white wine, which is rare for me. I usually am a red drinker, but we became members at Two Twisted Posts, which is a local winery for you Virginia folks. Highly, highly recommend. It is the only winery that we are members of, and we go to a lot of wineries. And we did our member pickup over the weekend, and they have this lovely white that pairs very well with milk chocolate. Surprising. But that is what I'm drinking. What are you? Let us know in the chat what you all are having this evening. And the theme for tonight is forgotten songs. And I'm looking at my set list to remember my forgotten songs, believe it or not. But good to see all of you. The Mays are in the house, the virtual house. I know, Dougie Fresh, that's one of your favorites, and I hardly ever play that one out. Diet Sunkissed, excellent. Let's see, I'm going to do another deep cut. This song was on my second album also, and I busted it out last year when we were, it's really, okay, I'm laughing because Kathy and Christy are both drinking diet versions of orange soda. And are you in the same location, or are you in different locations tonight? Yeah, this next song is a deep cut. When we were on tour in England last year, which was just so much fun, and I am so excited to go back at the end of April, but we played a show in Stoke, and there was a gentleman there who came with a copy of Leave the Light On, and it's not an album that's easy to get your hands on, the physical copy, unless you happen to come to a show, and so he came and he already had a copy of it, and I was so tickled that he had been able to get his hands on a copy of it before the show that I asked him if there was any song off of the album that he would want us to play, and he picked this one, and I was not prepared for him to pick this one because it's not one that I had played in a very long time. But it's a fun one. When I originally wrote this, I think at the time I was listening to a lot of pop music and a lot of Justin Timberlake, and so that comes through in how this sounds. This is called Wasted Words. I don't know if you can hear the audible car noise in the background. People driving by our house. Didn't mean to be so understanding. It was never my intent to let you walk right over me. I never meant to wonder why my calls would go unanswered. I'm sorry that I waited patiently. I was wrong. I was wrong. And now I'm taking back those wasted words and all those things I didn't mean to say. Oh, I'm taking back those wasted words and thinking that I'm better off this way. Sure you didn't mean to disappoint me. I bet you're feeling sorry now that you are on your own. And I bet you're losing sleep since you found out that I had walked away. I'm sure you're spending every night alone. You were wrong. You were taking back all the times I said I loved you. I'm taking back all the times I said I cared. Oh, I'm taking back all the times I said I loved you. And I'm taking back all the times I said I cared. And now I'm taking back those wasted words and all those things I didn't mean to say. Oh, I'm taking back those wasted words and all those things I didn't mean to say. Oh, I'm taking back those wasted words and thinking that I'm better off this way. The chorus of this song has the same chord changes to another song. It actually has the same chord changes as many, many other songs. One of my favorites is, and now, I never really cared until I met you. And now it chills me to the bone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? When we used to play that song, I would sometimes mash up those two together because they have the same chord changes. But that was called Wasted Words. And I played it probably exactly once at a show in the last decade and a half, and that was in England last year. And we do have another England trip coming up, so if you or anyone you know is located in any of those 12 cities or anywhere near any of them, spread the word for us. We had so much fun last year, and I'm super excited about going back. We'll be there April 22nd through May 3rd, I believe, is our final date. So spread the word. Tell people to come out and see us. Oh, Doug is asking, was it the wine at 2 Street? Yes, it was. The wine is excellent. And it's very small, and so they tend to hang on to their wine. They age their wine a lot longer than a lot of the places out in Loudon. And we'd been there once before and really, really enjoyed it. And when we went to pick up our wine, we got to do that little chocolate tasting and sat down with the winemaker, and she walked us through everything. It's very small and very personal, and we really liked it, and the wine is really good too. Highly recommend. I'm glad you guys are liking these deep cuts. You'll have to let me know too if there's ones that you want to hear us play regularly. If there's any that you're like, you know what, I want to hear that next time you guys are playing as a duo or trio or band. Give me a heads up and we'll figure out how to do them. I'm gonna do a deep cut cover now, actually. Kelly, this is the Vidal Blanc, I believe. That was the new release. Oh, and Scott is recommending Williams Gift. Yes, another great one. This is a cover that I used to do a lot back in the day when I first was kind of getting back out there and playing by myself. And I didn't know a lot of covers at the time either. I think I could only play if I had to play a 2 or 3 hour set, I did mostly my own stuff, and I would do a couple cover songs. And as you can imagine, that was difficult to do in a bar or brewery. So I liked to do this 80s classic every once in a while. Every time I think of you, I always catch my breath, and I'm still standing here, and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. And there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight, in certain circles, and it always makes me smile. I spend my time thinking about you, and it's almost driving me wild. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight, but I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you at all. No matter what my heart might say, there's a message in the wire, and I'm sending you this signal tonight. You don't know how desperate I've become, and it looks like I'm losing this fight. In your world, I have no meaning, though I'm trying hard to understand. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight, but I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you at all. No matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my heart says, there's a message that I'm sending out like a telegraph to your soul. But if I can't bridge this distance, stop this heartbreak over that, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you at all. No matter what my heart says. Here's the thing, we started our friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, and all you'd ever hear me say is how I pictured me with you. I guess you never felt that way. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, and now I get what I want. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you at all. No matter what my heart says, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you at all. No matter what my heart says, every time I think of you, I always catch my breath. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone. Yes, Christy correctly identified that I snuck another song in the end of that one. And this actually giving me an idea. Maybe we'll do a whole live stream theme in a future month for mashups. I just had that idea, Christy. Props to you. You gave me that idea. Thank you all for being on. Hi, Gina. Good to see you. Gina, I'm jealous. You were just in St. John's for a week, right? Welcome back to the DC area. Drop it in the chat if you have not said hello yet. Let us know that you're on so that I can see you. Otherwise, I just get a little picture of eyeballs with a number next to it, and I don't know who actually is watching. Let's see, another archived, we'll call these archived songs because they're ones that I don't do all that often. This is a real kind of a weird deep cut in that it was never on any album. I've recorded a couple versions, well, one version officially of this, but another. Ryan is on. Hello, Ryan. Ryan hosted us at an amazing house concert at his house a couple weeks ago, and we had the absolute best time. So thank you for being on. This song came out in 2011, which was right in the kind of at the beginning of my time away from music, and it was sort of a one-off. I had an idea for a song, I wrote it, I recorded it. Recorded it in the DC area shortly after I moved down here, and just sort of released it as a single. And it was the only thing that I put out for a really long time, and we never play it. But occasionally, like we did at Ryan's house concert, we will sometimes do a kind of a jazz remix of this song because it lends itself really nicely to that bossa nova style. But I'm just gonna do my version of it the way it was when I first wrote it. This is called "Let Me Be the One." You're shattered, and once again you're left alone, picking up the pieces that are scattered across the battlefields where you lay down your arms and you add her. Just another name on the list of the people who let you down. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Let me be the one to say I'm sorry. Let me be the one to say everything's okay. Let me be the one to say it's over. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. You're wasted, still drowning all your memories. I can be the one to erase it. Don't keep thinking about yesterday when tomorrow will come. Just embrace it. They say love has got its own way of healing everything if you face it. Oh, can you face it? Let me be the one to say I'm sorry. Let me be the one to say everything's okay. Let me be the one to say it's over. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, let me in. Let me in. Let me be the one to say I'm sorry. Let me be the one to say everything's okay. Let me be the one to say it's over. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. You're shattered, and once again you're left alone, picking up the pieces. If you are just tuning in to the live stream, we are doing a little revisiting of some archived and little performed Juliette Lloyd songs with a couple covers thrown in that were back from a long time ago. Ones that I don't usually play a ton out anymore. Oh, that's so cool. So some of these songs have been resurfaced for you all and you're listening already. Well, cool. Oh, awesome. Yes, Ryan, we are so excited about that show, and it's a good reminder for me to plug it. For those of you who are in the Maryland area, whether you're in Montgomery County or you're up in Baltimore or anywhere in between, or if you feel like taking a road trip, we're doing a full band show at Collective Encore in Columbia, which is a really super cool listening room, great food, great bar, really cool environment. I did a holiday show there in December, and we're going to be back Wednesday night, March 18th, and tickets are only $10, and it's a really, really great vibey place to check out some music, and they have local music every Wednesday night, and it's great. It's a really nice, most of the acts that they get coming through there are tributes and covers and stuff, but they carve out Wednesday nights to feature local original music, and so we really want to show up and get a lot of folks to come out. So if you know people who live in that area in Howard County or up near Baltimore or Montgomery County or really anywhere in between, tell them to get their behinds out to Collective Encore on Wednesday, March 18th, and come and see us. Oh, yay, I see people that are getting tickets. Awesome. So excited. Oh, yes, Ryan, amazing. Ryan's my promoter tonight, dropping that link in the chat. Thank you for posting that. Let's see. This one, I'm going to call this an archived song. It's actually on my most recent album, but it's one that, like, if we're running long in a set, I always cut it, and I feel sorry for it. I feel sorry for this song. It doesn't deserve to get cut. It often gets cut because it's a ballad, and I usually am like, oh, let's not do another ballad. But and it also is like sort of towards the tail end of Carnival, and so it doesn't get a ton of like streaming love either, and it wasn't a single. So we're gonna call this an archived song, but it did come out fairly recently. This is called "When Love Comes Round Again." When love comes round again, you may not have a song to call your own, no reason for a slow dance or to share a knowing glance. Every time you hear it on the radio, mixtape, a dusty soundtrack of where we've been, 'cause it's a quiet melody when love comes round again. When comes round again, you may not notice when another year has passed. I can't recall first dates, no card or flowers to celebrate, no excuse to raise another glass. There's no reminder when you can't recall the day that it began. When you find yourself surprised, when love comes round again. When love comes round again, you can tell yourself you've done it all before. You don't deserve to feel the butterflies, so you put up walls to hide behind. Convince yourself you don't need more. There's no need to feel ashamed when you're lucky enough to have another chance. So don't be afraid when love comes round again. There's no need to feel ashamed when you're lucky enough to have another chance. So don't be afraid when love comes round again. That was When Love Comes Round. I feel like a Delilah, the soft rock DJ. That was When Love Comes Round again, folks. I was just sitting here by myself in my living room. For those of you who are wondering where Steve is, he's teaching in DC tonight, and we messed up the schedule and didn't realize that his class started tonight. And that's why he's not here. Oh, thank you guys. I'm so glad that you like this one. Andy's on. You're not late. You're right on time. I see some requests in the chat. I think I can do. So technically, come tomorrow and starting over. Actually, I did starting over last month. So I'm gonna do You Never Know. This one, this is one that I have not played in a real long time. But this was a song that was one of I had a handful of songs that were featured at the end of episodes of a reality TV show called The Hills in 2008, I think it was. And this was one of them. And it plays kind of at the end of the episode when one of the characters is making a big decision about, is she going to go to New York and take a job in fashion? Is she not? And the name of it is You Never Know. So what I learned about the songs that did super well in TV shows back then is if they had a really vague sounding title, all the better. So Come Tomorrow did really well, and I had it on a couple TV shows, and this one worked super well when characters were pondering their futures. I haven't played this in a long time, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know exactly how it all began. There's so much I didn't understand before. How you can see someone 1,000 times and then There is only one thing left to take the blame, and that one thing is you. I'm standing in the sky tonight. The world I knew is far below. You're the one who holds me up this high, and it just goes to show you never know. You never know. You never know you're here where we'll be when they finally see that you're all that you need. Turns your world upside down just by being around indeed. You never know. You never know. So that was You Never Know. And yes, that was featured on an episode of The Hills. Yeah, Kathy, if you go back and watch season 4, there are 5 episodes, I think. It's like 405 and 406, and then like 18 and 19, I think, were the numbers of the episodes that feature my songs pretty heavily. I'm pretty sure if you watch the streaming version of the show, my songs are still in there. They, although I don't get paid at all. Little known fact, I have never gotten paid a dime for my songs being in the Hills. Not for lack of trying, but when it originally aired on broadcast, it was Beyonce and Pink and like all these major label artists. And then as soon as it aired in reruns and in syndication, and then eventually on streaming, for all of that, they swapped out with independent artists so that they could pay less. And whoever was supposed to file the paperwork at MTV didn't file the paperwork. And as a result, I have never gotten paid a dime for any of that. And every once in a while I get really angry about it, and I try to reach out to my performance rights organization, but they have basically told me that there's nothing they can do, which I don't know that I believe. But so if anybody knows any entertainment attorneys who want to take on a pro bono case, let me know. Good to see all you folks online tonight. Thank you for joining this Deep Cuts themed live stream. Glenda and Tom, I saw that you joined. Thank you for hopping on. No apologies necessary. Everybody, you are welcome to dip in and dip out and join as you are able. That's the best part of doing these things. I've got time. I'm going to do a couple more tunes. Let me put just a quick reminder, if you feel like Venmoing me a tip tonight, always welcome. And let's see, what other tunes are we going to do? That was a curveball. My mom requested that one. So let's see what. So this is a deep cut because I have never recorded it or released it. I wrote this song last year. It was probably about a year ago, and I've maybe played it out like once or twice. And I'm not really sure what to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to record it. I don't know if I will do something else with it. But I kind of like it, and it's a kind of a melancholy little song that I wrote about all of the kind of what ifs in life. What ifs that's kind of a theme of some. I've Come Tomorrow. One of my songs is sort of in that theme of, thinking about will you ever find success? I have some songs that kind of deal with that tension. And this is interesting because I wrote the song, 15, 16, I don't know, 20 years after I wrote Come Tomorrow. And so it sort of examines a similar topic, but in a I would say, slightly more sophisticated maybe way. And yeah, this is called Maybe I'd Like Living in LA. And it's brand new. It's a year old, but it might as well be brand new. Maybe I like living in LA. Give myself a hideaway up in Laurel Canyon facing west. I always like the sunset better than sunrise. But the wind it blows and the earth it shakes. Everybody's tits are fake. The freeway's never actually free. At least that's what they tell me. Still I fantasize. How do you know when you've outgrown that little space you've occupied? You say you never know until you try. So I guess I'll never know if I like living in LA. Maybe I like living in New York. Can walk up on the 4th floor, little sliver of a river view, and spend each autumn afternoon drinking coffee on the High Line. That is gentrified and overpriced and small. Developers, they own it all. Can't afford to see a Broadway show. Sell everything you own, but still you can't get by. How do you know you've outgrown that little space you've occupied? Say you'll never know until you try. So I guess I'll never know if I like living in New York. Maybe I could live in Tennessee. Maybe it's where I was supposed to be. But 10 years is a long, long time to wait. And what if I'm too late? How do you know when you've outgrown that little space you've occupied? You say you'll never know until you try. So I guess I'll never know if I could live in Tennessee. So that's a little song that is fairly brand new, but we'll call it From the Vault as I decide what to do. Okay, I got one vote for recording it. Thanks, Dad. Oh, I like that. Scott says Randy Newman. I dig that. Thank you for that. All right, you've all convinced me. I was kind of sitting on it. I'm like, I'm not sure what to do with this one. I don't know where it fits. I don't know what it sounds like. I don't know. But now I'm excited. Thank you for that. You've given me a little boost. Let's see. I have one more. Okay, we'll do a little quick vote. I have one more song from my vault that is one that I never ever play. And Or I could do a kind of a cover from the vault. That's one that I used to do a lot when I played out. So let me know. Put it in the chat. What do you think? You want to hear another Juliette Lloyd vault song, or do you want to hear a cover vault song to close us out for the night? Or both. You can put both in the chat if you want. And thank you all for being here, for hopping on a Wednesday, and apologies for the last-minute schedule change last week. I had a rehearsal for a new project that I'm really excited about. A really good friend of mine who is also playing at Collective Encore the week before us. So if you're in the mood for seeing local music 2 Wednesdays in a row, go check him out. His name is Timmy Metz. And if any of you who have ever been at the Laurel Canyon show that I've been a part of the last few years, Timmy does all of the Doors songs, and he is incredible. And he asked me to do a Chris Stapleton, which he is amazing at all of the songs. And so I'm singing some harmonies and playing some keys, and hopefully we'll be popping up around the area doing some shows. And that was what I was rehearsing for last week. So be on the lookout for that. I'll share that with all of you whenever we've got some gigs going on. I see some votes. Oh, you all are really giving me an ego boost tonight. All right, I'm going to do another one of my vault songs. This is called Joanna. And I named it Joanna for no other reason except that Joanna is a really nice sounding name to sing. There are some names that just sing really beautifully, and that was one of them. And I wrote this song, though. I was listening to a lot of music by the band The Fray. They were sort of a piano pop rock band in the mid-2000s. And when I was writing music for my second album, I was listening to them a lot. And Doug, I knew you would like this one. You ask for this one every once in a while, and I'm always like, I can't remember how to play it. There was a song that they wrote that was clearly written about a woman. And I flipped it and wanted to write a song from her perspective, because the way that they were talking about her in the song and the way it sounded like whoever it was treating her, it didn't sit great with me. And so I wrote a song from her point of view, and I named her Joanna. And this is that song. She can see the questions in his eyes, tries to be the answer all the time, but somewhere in between a yes or no is the only place she'll ever know. Always throwing petals to the ground, wondering if he'll ever come around. Joanna, when are you gonna understand? You are more than a maybe, but still you keep waiting. Joanna, see you the way you need him to. He can search the whole wide world around and never know how good he's got it now. No, 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 no. So let him go, you know that he won't find someone like the girl he left behind. Joanna, when are you gonna understand? You are more than a maybe, but still you keep waiting. Joanna, when are you gonna realize that he'll never see you the way you need him to? Someday, Joanna, someday never know how good he's got it now. So when are you gonna understand you are more than a maybe? Still you keep waiting. So when are you gonna realize that he'll never see you the way you need him to? He'll never see you the way you need him to. He'll never see you the way you need him to. Well, thank you all. This has been such a treat. I appreciate you all indulging me as I play songs from the JL Vault. This has been super fun, and it's such a nice reminder that I have, more than just the 20 or so songs that I typically play in all my shows. There's a lot more there that I have kind of forgotten existed. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight on a Wednesday, and we'll be back next month on the third Thursday. In the meantime, come out and see us at Clock de Encore on Wednesday, March 18th. Tell your friends who are living in England to come and see us. And we got some other fun local shows coming up too. Friday night, we're here in Gaithersburg. So come out and see us. We're playing as a trio at Brews and Barrels. And all the rest of the stuff's on my website coming up. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight on my solo live stream. I'm going to tell Steve that he is not welcome on future live streams. Then you'll just see him lurking around in the background, sadly cut off from being part of future live streams. But thank you all for joining. You're the best. And have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will hopefully see you in person soon. Good night, everybody.